Hello and welcome to Pantheon of the Geeks. You join us for an unboxing video. This week we're doing the Bayou boss. Here he is. Som'er Teeth. This is the contents. 2 Skeeters, Som'er Teeth, Lenny, and 4 Gremlins. So this this version of Som'er Teeth, I never actually got the original version.
You didn't?
I was never that impressed by any of the original Gremlins. They didn't do anything for me.
No, they were quite small as well, weren't
they?
they?
I don't know what it was. I just didn't really like the style. But since they brought out the second edition ones, I've been like, well, those are really good.
I think Som'er Teeth looks a lot better than his original version.
Yeah. There he is. So let's open it up and get in there. No.
6 years later.
There we go. So, Unbox. There we go. So we've got our usual go and visit here for the instructions.
That doesn't always come in every single one though, doesn't it?
Not anymore, it doesn't. I've noticed that. In the later ones haven't had it in. Bases. Let's see what we've got base wise. We've got one 40mm and we've got 1, 2, 4, 6 and 7. One 40mm, 7 30mm.
I bet the 40 ones for Lenny.
Probably, I would say so.
Quite big, isn't it?
So we have the Skeeters, which they do like 2 different ones actually. Awesome. Those are the Skeeters. Quite large. A large model. Being the 30mm base, I would have thought. Then again, I could do them flying, I suppose, which could be interesting. And then we have that Lenny.
Yeah.
Yay, with the big, caber there. Big log. Som'er Teeth, and then we have the Bayou Gremlins, which are 1, 2, 3 and 4. So let's start with Som'er Teeth, eh? We tend to start with the masters, don't we?
We do, really,
for some reason. There's no reason behind it. Oh, of course, cards as well. But I'll cover them in another video when we do the tactics video for the Som'er Teeth. So let's start by getting them off the sprue, and we shall start with Som'er Teeth. Okay, this is Som'er's sprue. Better look at that. Quite a few little parts on that one. But the main body seems to be one big block there. So we'll get the instructions up. We'll get all the pieces off because they're not numbered, and then we'll be back with you. Okay, so here are all the parts. It's quite a lot, really. Those are the parts. I've just been cleaning up. So we'll start with the head, and we'll get that bit done. That consists of the part there I was just cleaning up. That's his upper face, his eyes, and then we have the back part of his head, which is this bit. That bit there. And then we have the lower jaw. Grab hold of it, which is that bit there. That's the 3 parts that make up his head.
That's right, yeah.
And then his hat is also in 2 parts. Just split down the middle. So we've got that bit there and that bit there. And that's got a little peg on it. So the hat just goes together like that, on top of each other. So we'll glue that in. And then the face, we've got a lower jaw, which is there, which plugs in. So there's a little plug there for the lower jaw to go on. And then the upper part of the face goes onto this bit here. So I'll put those bits together, put the hat together. Then there's a little square peg on the top of his head for the hat to go on to. So I'm going to do that, and we'll be back in a moment. And we're back. So that's Som'er's head. It's quite large actually for a gremlin.
It is.
There is a line down the side of his head, which I'll need to fill. And one down the other side as well, because of where it's joined. The jaw went on really easy and it's quite close. Oops. But then the top part of the head, it's got a gap. I'm going to have to fill up with some liquid green stuff. The hat goes on at a slight angle, like that. And it looks pretty damn cool, actually.
Mm.
So, we shall now move on to doing the body, I think.
Okay.
And we'll start with the foot, because he's missing a foot. A foot which is made up of 2 parts, again, rather than 1. I believe it's these 2 parts.
That looks right, yeah.
Where we've got a shoe, which is kind of open at the end, with teeth in it. And those 2 parts just fit together, like that. And then there's a little slot there, which will go on his foot. So we'll do that bit next, and we'll be back when that's done. So hopefully you can see that on there. That's his foot. So next we shall put on the arms.
Actually, I'm just thinking there's 2 little bits. One that attaches to his back that looks like the back of his cloak, and one that attaches to his side, which is like a chain. There's part of his body missing at the side. Do you want to put that on first before the arms?
That's a bit weird, that's.
Isn't it? It's just like shaved off.
It's a weird bit to be missing.
Yeah.
See where it goes though?
Yeah.
It goes around that bit. And then you've got this bit here, in the shape of his bum. Which kind of gives away where that goes. That goes on there. Odd bits to be missing.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll put them on next. That makes sense. And we'll do the arms after that. Cool. So there we go. Those are those 2 pieces on. It was quite a struggle to push that one into place. It was a really tight fit. The back bit goes on really easy though. There is a couple of little gaps that do need filling. But that's not too bad. So now we'll move on to the arms. So we have this arm here, which is going sort of backwards, is it?
Yes, it is, yeah.
And that's that arm. It's going to go in there like that. And then we have this other arm, which is part there. And then this bit here goes on. And then that's the part that's holding his blunderbuss. So we'll put the arms on, put the blunderbuss on, and I'll be back with you. Okay, so there we go. So that's him in his skiing position with his weapon. So next is the bottles. So the bottle goes on first, and then this flask or gourd goes on second. And there's little nicks in the bottle. I don't know if you can see that on there. I think that's the one that attaches to his belt, and then the other side I think attaches to the gourd.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all you've got to guide you as to where they go. So I'm going to have to stick it together and show you what it looks like. So we're back once the bottle and the gourd / flask are on. Okay, so just have to further study before I put it on. There on his belt, you see it, there it is, there's a little nick out. That's where that side of the bottle goes, so that sticks on there. So that tiny little nick on this side is what the flask attaches to, so I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, so there we can see the bottle and the flask both on. So the last thing to do is just stick his head on, and that's just that peg going into there, and it should be done. And there he is, finished. For the moment I've just bleed tacked into the base because I'm going to make some bases for these guys, but that won't be today. But there he is.
He looks cool actually.
He does actually.
Much cooler than the original.
Did you find a picture of the original?
I did, yeah.
I'll show them now. If you haven't seen the original, what I can do, I can put a picture up on the video if I can't find.
No,
Yeah. That's the actual insert art from the first edition version. There we go. There he is, that's what he used to look like. Hello people.
Hello.
Shiny foam. There we go. He's about twice the height he was.
And he's a lot better
much cooler
looking.
gone. Everything's cooler about him. Yep. The unofficial Gremlin boss. There he is.
To be quite fair, he looked like a slug on the other one.
Yeah, he looks
His
a lot
face.
better.
Yeah.
A lot better.
Yeah.
Cool. So who's next?
Looks like Lenny's on this next one.
Is he on the same part
He's on
of
the
the
same
instruction? We'll
part
do
of the
Lenny.
instructions, so
Lenny's next.
there is
So this is Lenny's sprue. See, there's quite a few parts on him as well, actually.
Yeah, you've got the pig. So you've got 2 parts of the pig, the head, the tail,
Yeah.
2 arms, the log thing,
Lenny's hat.
2 feet, his hat and his
log.
face.
So we'll get all these bits off and we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so here are all the parts. Lenny goes on the 40mm base as well, just for reference. So we've got 2 feet there, his legs there, his body there. So those are the first parts I'm going to stick together, so they can be satin for the rest of it. Then we'll probably put his head and hat on. And then we'll probably put the pig together. He's got 2 sides of his body, a tail and the head. And then once we've done that, we've got the log, which goes onto this arm, the pig goes onto this arm, the arms go onto Lenny. So let's get started with the body. And there's the body together, very simple. So next up is the head. And it's at an angle. And the back of the head is actually attached to the body. The front of the head goes on, and it leaves a little square, which the hat goes onto. So we'll do that, and then we'll be back. There he is. So the hat goes with the spikier bits to the back. That's the top of his head, because the hat's not even complete. There he goes. So next up we'll stick the pig together. And the pig has got 4 parts. There's a little slot there in which the tail goes, that's the tail. So that needs to go in, and then the corresponding side goes on like that with the tail in. And then the head will go on that peg, because there's a slot for it there. So we'll put the pig together. Okay, so there's the pig, and the groove on that side. So the next 2 things we're going to do, we're going to stick the log with the hand part there onto the wrist section, and we're going to stick the pig with the hand part there onto the wrist section there, so both arms will then be ready to go on to Lenny. Okay, so we've got the log arm and the pig arm done. Now it's just a case of putting those onto the sides. Pretty straightforward. So we'll do that and I'll be back in a second. And there he is. Lenny's finished. There's a little bit of a gap on the pig arm where it meets the body. Other than that, it's gone together pretty well. Pretty secure. It's a big ass gremlin though. He's height 3 on the card, so he's pretty huge. Cool. Right. That's Lenny done. We'll see him again at the end when we look at the whole crew. Who's next?
Well, you've got your 4 gremlins left and your 2 skeeters.
Are they on different instructions?
Yes, they are.
Let's do the skeeters because they're the total.
Skeeters.
Yeah.
Right.
The skeeters come on 2 sprues. Are they numbered? Skeeter 1 and Skeeter 2. So we'll start with Skeeter 1, which is this one. So we've got bits of body, legs, wings, antennae, physog. We'll get those bits off and we'll be back with you in a second. Okay, so here are all the components for Skeeter number 1. Some of them are quite brittle, especially this bit here, which is snapped. Like flying off the sprue when I was using my knife to cut it off, and when I found it, it was missing one of the antennae, which is now gone forever, unfortunately. Been lost to the gods of
The carpet.
the
probably.
carpet or anywhere. Can't find it. So what I'm going to have to do is, when this is all stuck together, before I paint it, I'll probably replace that with a little bit of copper wire, which is about the same width. Other than that, everything else came off. A bit disappointing to lose a bit, as always. Doesn't happen that often, fortunately, but it has on this one. So we'll just stick it together. So this is the body part though. And we've got 2 sets of legs. These are the parts they'll be standing on, I think, when you look at the picture of it. We've got the upper body, and then we've got the lower body there. There's the head. Of course the antennae, no one missing. And these are the back legs, I think.
Looks like it.
Yeah. So, start with the body. Seems to go that way around. Then we have this bit, which seems to go... Where does this go? That's the bit that attaches to the head. So this bit's got to attach to this bit, and it shows it that way up. It's a bit strange.
I'll try. I wonder if that's skated too. Because these have been known to be wrong before, in wrong order.
Let's go over to that one. So if that's that way around. Yeah. So this is Skeeter 2, even though it says Skeeter 1.
Yeah.
On the instructions it's Skeeter 2. You can tell because the body's the other way around. This way. And this bottom part has just like a straight line on it. And they just stick together like that. And this top part goes that way around on top of it. So we'll put those bits together. I'll show you what I mean. So there we go, there's the body, the thorax, or whatever parts of a bug it is. So next we'll put the legs on, I think. So we've got these 2 sets of legs. Let's tell which side's which. I think I'm going to go that way around. Could be wrong actually. I think the 2 legs which are closer to each other need to go on that side. Is that right? It's hard to tell from the drawing. So there should be corresponding parts underneath. So that does look like it goes there. Then we have a smaller one on the other side. And these 2 back ones as well. So what I'm going to have to do is make sure those are filed down. There's little bits on there, so it's only going to go in if there's absolutely nothing left over. And then we'll be back in a second. So those are the front legs in place. And you can see there's 2 little gaps still under there. And that is for these back legs. It's probably difficult to tell which one's which, but it'll only go in one way, so I think that's looking like it's that side. So that's that one. And that one is looking like it should fit into there, like that. So we'll get those 2 legs on, and there we go. Into there, how they go. If you're doing this yourself, it is actually probably easier to stick the back legs on first, just for reference. I'll probably be trying that on the second one. So next up we shall do the head, which consists of these 2 parts. That's obviously the lower part, and then the upper part with the antennae on, or antennae, or whatever the plural is now.
Oh.
So we'll get that on. So there we go. That is the head on. Last piece is the wings, and the wings just go into those 2 little slots there at the back of the carapace. There and there. Trying to figure out which way around they go though. think that is that one.
Mm.
We'll find out in a moment when I try and put them on. There we go. That's Skeeter number 2, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But number 1 on the sprue. Because this is Skeeter number 2 on the sprue. That's Skeeter number 1 on the instructions. So we'll do him next. In fact, he follows the same process. So what I'll do, I'll just put him together. If there's anything different, I'll stop the camera and I will talk about it. Other than that, we'll see him when he's complete. And there we go. There's the second Skeeter. Was fairly straightforward to put together. Now that we did one, my advice is to put the legs on back first, front second, then put the top part on with all the spiky bits on, then put the wings on, then put the face on, and then finally put the antlers on. Or antennae on, yeah. And there we go. So I've replaced that one with a bit of copper wire. Wait till it dries. I might twist it around a bit into a different shape, but it's the right width anyway. That's the main thing. So they're ready to go on to 30mm bases. Yeah. But what I might do is once they're dry is actually put them so they're flying. But we'll see what they look like because they've got pretty wide stances on the feet. So I might just mean building up a base for that. So we'll have to find out what looks best. But for now, we are done. So we'll now move on to the Bayou Gremlins. Here they are. So we'll start with number 1. He appears to have a fishing rod.
That's correct.
This guy here. So we'll get all the parts off for him and we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so here's the parts for Gremlin 1. We have his body and we have a foot, which goes there. And then we have 2 parts for his hat. And we have his head. Well, and then is that like fish or something?
Yeah, I think he's got a bit cut out on his back.
Where the fish go, and he's got his 2 arms, both holding on to that fishing rod. So we'll stick the body together. Yeah, we'll put the foot on, we'll put the fish on the back, and then we'll also stick the hat and the head together separately, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we've got the fish on the back of that. That's that bit done. And on the head, we've got hat on and the head in place, like so. So next thing we're going to do is stick these arms on. Now they're both holding onto the pole. They're quite fiddly. I need to go on at the same time, so I'm going to do that off camera, and then I'll be back once the arms are attached to the body. Okay, so there's the body and the arms together with the fishing rod, which is massive. So the last thing to do is stick the guy's head on, which we'll do now. And there he is with his head on. So he's looking in that sort of direction, like he's about to cast the rod again. That's pretty cool. I like the motion in that model.
It's really cool, that one.
Yeah, it's a bit different from just giving him a gun or something.
Yeah.
It's a bit more interesting. That's
it's
cool.
Like he's going to hook something towards him.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's move on to Gremlin 2. So we'll get all the parts off for Gremlin 2 and be back in a second. Okay, so this is Gremlin number 2, aka Gremlin smoking a pipe nonchalantly. So we have his legs there, a foot there, body there, head is 1 piece, and then we've got the hat, which is 2, his gun, which he's kind of leaning on in the picture, kind of, and then he's got this bit here, which is the back part of the gun by the looks of it. Yep, appears to be. And then we have his pipe and his hand. So first thing I'm going to do is stick the foot on to the legs and the legs on to the body. Then we shall stick the top part of the hat on to there, and then that onto the top of the head. So those 2 bits can be drying. We're back in a moment. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is, now the body's together, is we're going to take the gun, stick that on. We're also going to stick on the second part of the gun, which has a little bit of rope attached to this bit on his back. But yeah, it's the butt of the gun, as Claire said. A little bit of rope on. So we're going to put those bits together next. And there's the head together. Okay, so there's the gun on. So he's holding that nonchalantly while smoking a pipe. So we'll put that arm on next, which goes on the other side, and we'll also put the head on at the same time. So when we come back, he should be finished. And there we go, finished. The pipe coming out of his mouth. So we'll get him on the base, blue tack for a minute, and then we shall continue with the next gremlin. This is gremlin number 3. Okay, so here's the third gremlin of the crew. So this guy's like the pugilist, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's got 2 legs, that one and that one. That's more of a foot. The back half of his hat. Arms, left and right, and we have gremlin moonshine, which we should attach to that part on his back there. So let's get the legs on. So there he is with the legs on, and his shoes is flying off. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So next thing I'm going to do is we're going to put on this moonshine. It should be dangling down around him, like that. So that's going to go on next, before we put the arm on. And then we'll probably also put the hat on before we come back. That just fits on there, like that. And then we'll come back and put the arms on. Okay, so there we go. Last thing to do is to put his arms on. We're just in a punching position. So just gets put one on either side. And that should be it. So we're back when he's finished. So there he is finished. You can see there. His duke's up. Going for a fight. So let's move on to the final gremlin. Here's the 4th gremlin, 4th and final. So this guy's both feet are separate. And then we've got the body, we've got his arm, we've got the back part of his hat, and his head and his hat are all one piece there. Sorry, his head's all one piece, his hat's 2. And then we've got a satchel, we've got dead Kermit the Frog, and then we've got 2 parts of his gun.
I think that bit's awesome.
The hanging frog.
The hanging frog is just brilliant.
There it is. Wow.
Yeah, it's funny.
Right, so let's start with putting the feet onto the legs, and then we'll put the arm onto the body as well. We'll be back in a second. Okay, so we've put the feet on. It's in a crouching position. So rather than getting onto the arm like I was going to do, I'm actually going to attach the satchel. The satchel goes on the back, by the looks of it. It should attach onto there. So is it actually supporting his body?
I think it is, yeah.
It's like he's sat on it. So there's that little cutout bit there, so that's going to go in there, actually support the model, because those won't, it's not very, the feet aren't very supporting on this one. So we'll get that on now, and then that gives it a bit more support. So that goes on like that. So it actually causes like a triangle effect, so it should stand up. Now, there we go. So that's cool. Bit of a different position to be in. It's quite good the way they've done the models, they are all completely different.
Yeah.
So next, we need to do the body. So I'll stick the body on, and I'll stick the arm onto the body. It looks like there's a little hole there for the arm to go into, so it can only go in one position. It should be forwards because he's holding the gun in both hands. So what I might do then is attach the gun at the same time to make sure we've got it in the right position. That's what I like to do when we've got a separate gun, but it's been held in both hands. I like to do all three bits together.
Yeah.
Then I can't get it in the wrong position then. So we'll attach the gun to the body and the other arm, and then we should be back. Okay, so those parts attached there. So while that's drying, I'm actually going to put the head together and put the hat onto the head, and then we'll have some of the pieces that can be drying while we fix the rest together. So I'll put those two bits together. Okay, so now the head's done. There. I'm just going to finish off the gun first. So at the end of the gun, it just slides on like that. But we also have this little frog that goes on. Now if you look at the instructions on the website, it kind of points to the frog going on there. But when you look at the CAD picture on the back of the box, which I'll show you again, you can see the frog's actually around the barrel. So I'm going to go for that. I'm going to try and put the frog around the barrel. So let's see if we can do it first, and then if I can, I'll stick that on. If not, I'll be back in a second. So that's what I've gone for. So the frog's directly over the part where the two parts of the gun meet. Also helping to keep it together at this point. So the next thing I'm going to do is just stick these three parts together, and we should be finished. There he is, finished, crouching down, gun in hand. Pretty cool, that one. So I'm going to get him on a base, just to have blue tacked on, and we'll have a look at the whole crew. So there we go, that's all the models in the box set. I've yet to get some bases for these guys. I don't know what I might do, I don't know if it's them flying or crawling down a wall or landing on something. That probably is the way to go. I don't know what yet. Som'er Teeth's there, Lenny, and the 4 Bayou Gremlins. What do you think, Chuck?
I think they're really, really cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, different. I think my favourite model has to be the one with the pipe. It's just his face.
Yeah?
He just looks like he's stuck in a lemon.
They're all, I don't think there's a model in there I don't really like, appearance-wise.
They are good.
They're very faffy to put together, most of them.
Yeah.
One of the more difficult crews. I think the only crew that I've suffered more than this one was Ophelia's.
Yes.
Which is the only other Gremlin crew I've put together.
Yeah.
So that doesn't bode well for future Gremlin crews either. They seem to be the most difficult to go together, most faffy. But, that said, they're all together. The only disappointment was obviously the antennae, which is gone forever, I think. We can't find where it snapped off to.
We've looked and looked,
it pinged off, and it could have gone anywhere. No.
Yeah. We'll probably find it in years to come.
Doesn't matter, I've replaced it with a bit of copper wire, which is the same thickness. I'm sure when I paint it, it won't really be all that obvious. Great. I think my favourite model is actually Som'er.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look better than the old version.
A lot better.
A lot better.
I didn't like the old model at all. I didn't like the old
It just
crew
looked
at
like
all.
a slug. He looked like something out of Creature Comforts. I think it was his mouth. It was his mouth. It just looked like
Nick Parker
made him. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, nothing against Nick Parker. He's fantastic, but it looked like he'd sculpted him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So, I mean, I got this crew mainly to get Lenny and get some cheap Gremlins, but I think I'll be running Som'er Teeth Jones at some point. But we'll do a tactics video, and next time you see him, hopefully he'll be painted and they'll be on proper bases, all of them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's been useful, and I hope you'll like and subscribe if you haven't already. Helps out loads if you do. It knows we're going to keep making on these videos and stuff. Yeah.
Before we go, we'd just like to say a shout out to War Games.
Yeah, War Games
in Southport. Who we got these from?
It's probably open by the time you're watching this.
Probably.
But look on their website. That's my guess. That's sort of my advice. Or Facebook. Those are the best two things, and you'll be able to see if it's definitely open and when it opens.
Yeah.
But the guy that runs it, called Martin, he's really cool.
He is. He's really nice.
Yep. And he's trying to be the #1 stockist for Malifaux in the country. And Batman. So brilliant.
Yeah.
So thanks to War Games for getting us these miniatures, and we'll be going there again.
Oh, definitely.
So check it out, guys, if you get the time, and if you're in Southport, His shop's on the main street, and it's right next to Cafe Nero.
It is. It's on Lord Street.
Lord Street, yep.
So.
Yep.
Yep.
So great. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon, hopefully.
See you soon.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.